I genuinely can't believe what's going on at Arsenal at the minute. Look, I'm not even trying to exaggerate. I know I can at times, but who doesn't, right? But after I heard this latest news, I was speechless. I'm trying to think what's going to happen for the season, and it's very hard to determine now that pretty much the worst thing that could happen to Arsenal has happened. We're going to speak about that. We're also going to be speaking about the game tonight that massively affects Arsenal's title hopes, if there are any left whatsoever, after today's news. But before we get into it, I want to ask you one quick favour. If you could, please just hit like on this video. So I'm not even going to delay any longer. Kai Havertz is out for the rest of the season. The whole season, Kai Havertz is out. The 3 players we've currently got available in those forward areas are Sterling, Trossard, and Nwaneri's the only good player we got left at the minute who's actually performing at a level that you look at and you think, yes, there's a good player. There's a player I can see actually doing something in this Arsenal team. Look, you guys know I like to stay positive, but when you're hearing news like this, it's very difficult to stay positive because, like, what is there to be positive about right now? Are Arsenal going to fight for the title? No. With what player? Like, who's going to score the goals? Trossard's got about 4 goals this season. Sterling, there's no point even counting. And Nwaneri's the only one, like I said, in terms of minutes per goal, who's actually performing at a decent level. Like, it's just so crazy that we're in this position. Like, it's how many of us said after the January transfer window, this is a poor window. Arsenal have been rubbish this window. They should have bought players. Not even just 1 forward. We should have bought 2 forwards. The fact we didn't buy any, and then you have Martinelli get injured, and you think, oh my, I can't believe that's happened. And then you get Havertz injured as well, and you just think this is incompetent. But at the same time, I have to be level and admit that it's terrible luck. Like, if you're Arsenal or Arteta or the person who decided not to buy a player thinking, look, let's just get to the end of the season and then try and have a massive summer, an unprecedented summer, like, you would not have seen this coming. Martinelli basically the day after the window closes, and then Havertz, like, what, a week or 2 later, and he's out for the whole season. Like, it genuinely leaves me wondering what's going to happen for the rest of the season, because who do you play up front now? Trossard up front, Sterling on the left, and Nwaneri on the right. Like, it's almost embarrassing. Look, I will obviously, when we go into games, still be optimistic, still be hopeful that Arsenal can do things against certain teams. Like, you look at our next few fixtures, that's where there might be a bit of grace, right? So we've got, Leicester away in the next game, which, you know, let's be honest, we probably should be winning that one. West Ham after that. I know we've struggled in recent years against West Ham in some games, but look, West Ham are like 15th in the league. They're not doing anything this season. So again, the next 2 games you look at and think they should be wins. Without a striker, it might be difficult. But after that, you've got 3 massive games. These games will determine Arsenal's season probably, because they're 3 games that you could potentially win, and then things are starting to look really, really nice. But if you lose them, then you're in a dodgy position. You've got Nottingham Forest away, which usually you hear a team like that and you think, right, that's an easy 3 points. But this Nottingham Forest team is deadly. They are dangerous. And then you've got to go Nottingham Forest away. Then you've got to go to Old Trafford and play United. Look, United are rubbish at the minute. They always seem to turn up against Arsenal. Away at Old Trafford, Arsenal don't have an unbelievable record. So that's going to be a tough game. And then you've got Chelsea at home. Chelsea have probably dropped off in the past couple of weeks. Like a month or 2 ago, people were saying Chelsea is still in this Premier League title race. Look, they're not now, but they still have a great team. And in terms of depth, Chelsea have a far stronger squad than Arsenal. Not their starting 11, but in terms of their depth, just the amount of players Chelsea have on their books, it's going to be dangerous for Arsenal. Like, the thing that scares me, and then after that you got Fulham at home, again, which is a difficult game. But the thing that scares me going into these games, right, is, right, you've got them, that front 3 that we just spoke about. You're going to have Trossard up front, Sterling on the left, Nwaneri on the right. How many games can Nwaneri last? Because we saw towards, when was it, a few weeks, like when he starts playing quite a lot of games, he has to get pulled from the team with like maybe a knock, and then he missed a game. And then he missed a few games recently with another little injury. So a young player who goes from playing not that much to full intensity Premier League football, like, there's going to be injuries. So we have to pray that Nwaneri don't get injured, at least until Martinelli comes back. And the fact we're even having to say at least until this player comes back is crazy. And say if you're in a game and it's 60, 65 minutes and you're struggling to break a team down, what's your option from the bench? Who are you genuinely going to bring on to try and sway to try and change the game? I'm trying to think. You're going to have to bring one of the kids up. That's genuinely the only option Arsenal are going to have. We're going to see Kieran Tierney brought in at left wing. Hopefully he turns into Ronaldinho. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what Arsenal are going to do. Look, I kind of had a video idea in mind, and it was a bit of a positive one. The fact that Liverpool play tonight at Goodison Park against Everton, the last ever game at that fixture, the derby, and, you know, Everton might get up for it. It might be able to, Everton get the win, and then we close the gap to 6 points on Liverpool. But that's kind of irrelevant now. Look, I still want Everton to win because something in the back of my mind won't give up until it's actually impossible for Arsenal to win the league. Martinelli gets injured. Okay, that's a massive blow. Arsenal can still win the league. Havertz gets injured. We got no striker now. We're missing our top scorer. We're missing Bukayo Saka, our best player. Yeah, look, but there's still something in the back of my mind that tells me Arsenal can win this league. Now, I'm probably being deluded. I understand that. Not everyone's going to share that opinion, but I don't give up until it's actually impossible. Liverpool's, look, say if Everton do win and it goes to 6 points, like there was a run of fixtures that Liverpool have got coming up that could have, like, I could have made an argument for Arsenal actually overtaking them in the next 5-6 games. Like, listen to their next games, right? They got Everton away, then they got Wolves at home. Okay, that's probably an easy one for Liverpool, right? But again, the next 3 games after that, you look at for Liverpool, and they got Villa away, crazy hard, Man City away. Man City are rubbish. We saw that yesterday, but like, it's still a tough game. Like, they can get up for a game like that. Liverpool and Man City have been the Premier League's biggest rivals of the past 10 years or something. So they're going to want to play that game. They're not going to let Liverpool win, that's for sure. And then they got Newcastle. So their next 3 games after that would have been Villa away, Man City away, and then Newcastle. Like, Liverpool can drop points in that game. We saw Liverpool drop out of the FA Cup. Yes, it was a weakened team, but that will still affect the mentality or there might be a mind shift. Look, I'm clutching at straws here. This was the video idea going into today. I was kind of trying to be optimistic and say Liverpool got these difficult games. Arsenal got a couple of games coming up that we could win. Things are looking good. But things aren't looking good because we're without Havertz. And no matter what you say about Havertz, he's still our top scorer this season. If he stayed injury-free, he still would have scored over 20 goals this season. And now Arsenal are missing that. What are we going to do? I actually don't know. Let me know your thoughts on this injury. What do you have to do a system change? I heard Charles Watts make a video about a potential system change. I didn't like the idea. I still don't like the idea. But there's going to have to be something that Arteta does maybe differently, or hopefully he has an idea on his mind, or there's been a player in training from the first team who's an absolute unbelievable striker. If there's any secret strikers in that Arsenal team, they need to reveal themselves ASAP because Arsenal are struggling. I'm almost lost for words how short this squad is. Like, the fact we've let it get this short. I remember after the summer how short we was. We sold all them players, and then it was Nwaneri's coming up from the youth team. Lewis Skelly's coming up from the youth team. We got rid of about 5 players, and we replaced them with 2 academy players. Brought in Mikel Marie. Like, what did we do? And then we thought, right, maybe in January, once they see where we're short, they'll actually buy a player. January come, yes, we're short. They're going to buy someone. Did they buy someone? No, of course they didn't. So now we heard the news. They're going to have an unprecedented summer. I don't believe it until I see it. I don't know what else to say. It's so frustrating. Let me know your thoughts on everything you've heard in this video. What's your thoughts on Havertz missing the rest of the season? What's your thoughts on Liverpool-Everton? Can Everton win tonight? And if they do, it'll be even more annoying because it'll be like Liverpool are letting us back in. There's a chance. But Arsenal ain't got no players. So how are we going to capitalise? It's almost impossible. Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. Before you go, like I said, do me a quick favour. Just hit like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.